Hey guys, welcome to another cooking show.
Out on the patio?
Out on the Camp Chef back patio. And it's actually a really beautiful day. We've got a breeze and we got some shade today, making things a lot easier.
Yeah.
But we've been talking a lot about, ribs, burgers, steak, brisket, pulled pork, a lot of sandwiches.
He's making me hungry.
A lot of really heavy things. Today we're going to be going more on the sweet side and showing you how to bake in your Woodwind pellet grill and any of our pellet grills, really. I'm really looking forward to it because it's cheesecake, smoked cheesecake. We're also going to be throwing down some dessert pizzas Julie's making. They're awesome. But also, had a lot of people ask about these. I've had probably a half a dozen messages in the past week asking where can people get these hats. Well, today we're going to give not one or two, but 12 of these away for every 100 shares, we'll give one away.
Oh, that's easy. You guys can do it. But what about the Smoke Pro hats? Are we giving some of those out?
Nope, just the Camp Chef ones today.
Okay, I know we get questions on that.
Yep. It'll be just the Camp Chef ones. For every 100 shares, we'll give one of these guys away. Like and comment to enter. Make sure you share this with your friends. For all those of you who joined us already, make sure you're sharing. You can share as many times as you want. Share with your friends. Let them know if you want a Camp Chef hat. Make that happen. And
It's worth a hat. Plus, they can know how to make this wonderful smoky cheesecake and dessert pizza. So, let's see them shares.
I'm going to turn it over to Julie. And Chet's behind the camera here. And we'll do our best to answer questions. If we miss something, I'll try to get to it once we're done with the video. In the meantime, Chet, looks like we maybe had a question.
Don't see one yet.
All right. Cool.
Hey, you ready for this?
Go team, go.
All right.
Yep.
All right, like Tom said, we are making cheesecake, and we are cooking it in the pellet grill. So I wasn't quite sure about that because I'm a fanatic on cheesecake. I am really picky too, so I've been years trying every single kind of cheesecake, a baked cheesecake, a no-bake cheesecake, trying to find the perfect cheesecake because to me, cheesecake should not be dry and heavy. It should be moist and creamy. So I have found one that I really like, and I hope you'll all try it and you'll like it too. But I tried it in my pellet grill at home, and I was so pleasantly surprised because it was so good. It cooked perfectly even. No cracks. Those of you that make cheesecake, I hate when I get a crack in my cheesecake. So this one was perfectly even, and it just had this little hint of smoke. And then when you add a little bit of fruit topping to that, oh my goodness, you will love it. So anyway, I went ahead and I mushed up my graham crackers. You just put it in the baggie and roll it, and I added just some sugar and some cinnamon to this to flavor it. So I'm going to go ahead. And those of you who are new to cheesecake, I wanted to show you the pan. This is a springform pan, and you can I just bought this at the grocery store. They have them, everywhere. So the bottom comes out, and then you want to get some parchment paper. And you just put the parchment paper over this, and you put the top on it, okay? And that's going to enable you to take this off, and then if you want to divert it onto a plate or a platter, it makes it really easy to do that. Okay. Alright. It's probably the hardest part about the cheesecake. Okay, so there we have it. See, that's all you do, just like that. Pour your crumbs in there. Okay, I like to put gloves on for this. Just a reference for gloves. If you go to a restaurant, the rule of thumb is that you wear gloves for anything you don't have to cook. So if they're making a salad or cutting something up that they're not going to cook, then they will wear gloves. If it's something that you're going to cook, then they get to high temperatures and it'll take care of all the germs. So normally I wouldn't have to wear gloves to do this, but I don't like buttery hands, so.
So tell us all the ingredients that you've prepared beforehand. What do you have? What are you going to add in? What are you doing here?
So I've melted my butter, I guess I should say that. This is 3 tablespoons of butter. And And we will have the recipe for you so that you can see what it is. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to press this on the bottom of my springform pan. And if you want to, you can cook this before and you can give it a little brown. But I just find that it's an extra step for me and it's not really necessary. So, but you know, whatever you want to do. Okay, so we've got that ready. All right, now, and as Chad said, I did do some things beforehand. So I did open the cream cheese beforehand because that may be harder than the springform pan, opening the cream cheese. So I've got this cream cheese all ready to go. And my mixers. And this is softened, okay? So that I just leave it out of my fridge the night before and get it all soft and chewy, okay? Okay. And then you're just going to add, this is the easiest cheesecake recipe you'll ever find, and it really is the best one that I've ever found. So I've kind of taken a couple different recipes and made it into one, you know, so it's kind of a version of my own. But okay, this is sweetened condensed milk, okay? There's all sorts of brands. Just get you a can of that.
What size is that?
This is 14 ounces.
14 ounces.
It's the only size I've ever seen it come in, so it might come in a smaller one, but okay. We're gonna mix that in really good. Oh, it's gonna be so creamy. Look at that. Good. And I have made this so many times, so if you have a question, please ask, because you know when you've done something so many times, you think that everybody knows. So, okay. So now we've got that. We're just gonna add a little bit of citrus to give it flavor. You can add some lime. You can even add those lemons that have the lids that look like a lemon. I just like to squeeze, oh, I don't know, maybe 1/4 of a cup or so of lemon juice. It's about half a lemon. I don't want to get those seeds in there. Don't get seeds in your cheesecake. That wouldn't be good. Okay. All right, and then vanilla. Vanilla, I love vanilla. And just do a teaspoon of vanilla. All right, we're going to mix it up.
Hey Tom, how many shares are we at?
We're at 43, but let me double check.
We were at 43. We're gonna see where we're at here.
Oh, come on, guys.
We're at half a hat. We might have to cut this hat in half.
So this part you don't want to forget. I have forgot this part before, and if you do, like, your cheesecake doesn't set up. So you got to put the eggs in. So we're gonna put 3 eggs, and we're gonna do them one at a time, okay? Just to get it mixed in better. So 1. Mix it a little, and then put your next one in. I love making cheesecake. It's so fun. It's one of the funner things to make. And egg number 3. Oh, got a shell in there. I want that. Okay.
59 shares.
We're almost there. Come on, guys. Share it some more.
So what's the total time for making this, would you say? If you were to just decide in your mind to make it to, I don't know,
Maybe an hour.
an hour
We're cooking
to
it.
cooking it and then putting it in the fridge, right?
Yeah, to making the graham cracker crust. I know you can buy graham crackers that are already finely mashed, but it's just as easy to do them yourself. So. Alrighty. Okay, this is done. That's it, folks. We got our cheesecake. Look at that. That is going to be some creamy, yummy cheesecake, isn't it?
Oh,
Look how
yeah.
creamy it looks. Okay, so now we're just going to come over here and pour it on top of our crumbs. And if you don't want to use graham cracker crumbs, you know, use Oreos, use the vanilla wafers, those pecan cookies, like the Sandies, those make good crust. Whatever, be creative. And I've also used this cheesecake recipe in muffin tins. So like I fill them halfway. The silicone ones work the best, but you fill them halfway and then you pop them out and have little bite-sized ones. Okay. So that is going to go in our pellet grill. So we've got our pellet grill here.
What type of pellets are you using?
We're just using the competition blend.
Competition blend.
Competition blend, cherry, hickory, and
Maple. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I've got this is on 275, and of course it says 267, which is fine. It fluctuates up and down. That's no for pellet grills. That's just fine. So, and if you look in here, I have got my jerky racks in. Like we said last time, you can use these jerky racks for so many things, you know. So I haven't tried the cheesecake right on the rack because I think it might be a little too hot on the bottom. So I've got my first jerky rack in here. And
So there's 3 settings for the jerky racks, 3 different
3
layers.
shelves, yeah.
3 shelves. We're just using that very bottom layer.
Okay, so we're gonna put this in here. Woo, that's smoking good. And I actually can fit 2 in that, just so you know. I can fit 2 cheesecakes in the pellet grill. I did 2 cheesecakes yesterday. So, okay, I'm gonna set my phone because I do not want to forget about my cheesecake. So I'm gonna set what I do is it takes about 50 minutes to cook it, and depending on your pellets, because some pellets are hotter and the weather outside. So what I do is I set my timer for about 25 minutes, and then I check it just to see what it's doing there, and then I set it for 10 more minutes.
How do you check it? What are you looking for?
So when I check my cheesecake, I'm looking for it to be set, but still jiggly. I don't want it to dry out, so I just want it to the point where when I go and move it, it's just got a little jiggle to it. Because it'll finish sitting up in the fridge.
So just a little jiggle, but not completely set up,
But
obviously.
Not, yeah. Yes. No. Then you get it too dry. So, okay, we are going to try this. I have a finished one sitting here that we made yesterday on the grill. We're going to taste it now. Oh, and I should mention why I have this paper towel in here, because cheesecake will build moisture on it and then it leaves spots. So I always put a paper towel on top of it and then my plastic wrap so it collects the moisture. So then you have a beautiful cheesecake. Look at that.
Whoa.
Isn't that wonderful?
We tried to make cheesecake
Okay,
at my house a week ago, and we had cracks everywhere. This is amazing right here.
Well, and if you do
I didn't know how to do it. I should have watched your video first.
Well, you know, some recipes when you do in the oven, you have to have some water in there for moisture and everything. I just hate doing all those steps. So anyway, I just think this works so good. Okay, so we're gonna, now your topping on here is up to you. I didn't bring
Oh, that is so beautiful. Are you sure we didn't buy this at the store?
Nope, I made this yesterday. I can vouch for that. Alright, so I went ahead and made some compote, some berry compote. And what I did is I did frozen berries. I put a little water in it and I cooked it till it was warm and it was kind of turning syrupy, and then I added sugar. So you have to add quite a bit of sugar. It's almost half as much fruit. So if I added 2 cups of fruit, I add about a cup of sugar. And then I get the sugar all cooked in. And then I just do a little paste. So I get a little bit of cold water, maybe like 1/4 of a cup, and I put a teaspoon of cornstarch in it. And then I put that in and get it boiling. And that'll thicken it up so you get this wonderful, fresh, syrupy berry compote.
And we'll try and include that recipe as well.
Yeah, we can include that one. And if you wanted to add fresh fruit to this, you know, it's really good too. And if you want to put whipped cream on the top, then it's really beautiful and good. But it's gonna... So this is the triple berry mix. So it's got blueberries and raspberries. And what else?
Oh, that looks so good.
And blackberries. All right, who's gonna try it? I know Tom wants to. I've tried it, you two. Here, I'll hold the camera and you guys try it.
Oh, Tom, are you gonna try this?
If I have to.
Oh
Come on.
man, come on.
I
tried- I
had to try it this morning,
And by the way, we
That's
hit
my
100
breakfast.
shares. So
woo, way to go, guys!
one hat, 11 more to go. So keep sharing, share with your friends. Like and comment to enter is the easiest way, the only way to enter. So like and comment. You can comment on what's your favorite kind of cheesecake, what's your favorite smoked food, what are your plans for July 4th. Hopefully smoking on your back patio with pellet grill.
With a pellet grill.
Yes.
Oh, and I should mention another topping to this that's my favorite is if you just toast some pecans or walnuts and use just caramel sauce. Delicious. So good.
Okay, Tom, let's look at this.
All right.
This looks so good.
What do you think, Tom?
pretty awesome. I'm gonna go back for another bite.
That's pretty creamy. That's amazing.
Well, that's the best compliment I could get. It's
That is-
creamy.
that is lovely right
That's
there.
what we're going
I like
for.
that.
So
I'm gonna take from the
Awesome.
backside here.
Better than any restaurant cheesecake I've had recently. So well done.
yeah, I can't do the restaurant cheesecake. I can tell when they make it. You know, I can tell when they buy it frozen, and if they make it, it's usually creamy. But
This is
I-
for knowing that this was baked in the pellet grill. You would never know that this was baked in pellet grill.
can you taste a little smoky or not?
Just a little. And to me, I can taste more of the compote and everything with it, but
Yeah, the berry
awesome.
compote's pretty strong. But if you try this without the berry compote, then it's very strong.
I can't believe how evenly that's cooked.
Isn't
How
that
amazing
awesome?
that is. Yeah,
I know, I was really
that is just
surprised.
the
Yeah.
perfect cheesecake.
Yeah. And if you let this sit, it will taste smokier. The longer it sits, the more smokier it tend to get.
Perfect.
We found that out with potato salad as well. Okay, are we ready for this? Woohoo! Okay,
All right, part number 2 here. We just did some cheesecakes.
really
and
easy,
the-
fast. You know, you guys could make this cheesecake the night before you did your ribs. Have it in the fridge, pull it out. I mean, how impressive is that?
How long you say did you let it set? You just all overnight? Is that how
Oh,
long
yeah.
it took?
Well, yeah. Sometimes I stick it in the freezer to hurry and cool it off because if I want to eat it that night. But it's best to leave it in the fridge overnight.
Gotcha.
So yeah, make it the night before, put it in your fridge, and then pull it out with your ribs.
All right, Julie.
And
What?
you ladies as well. I mean, if you don't want to heat up your house, you know, cheesecake takes 45, 50 minutes to cook. So go out on your pellet grill and cook that. So, okay, so we thought it would be beneficial to show you how to make some artisan pizza dough so that those of you that have a pizza oven can get some pointers. I also want to let you know though, you don't just have to cook this pizza in the pizza oven. You can cook it in your pellet grill, you can cook it on your barbecue box, you can cook it in your oven, in your house too. So, what I do is, I've made dough in this, and as you see, I did not clean it out. I want that, okay? That gives me flavor. It's kind of like sourdough, so I want that in there. If you have dough left over, leave it in your bucket and add to it. Okay, it gives it an awesome flavor. So anyway, I'm gonna start here with water. So I've got 3 cups of water. And this is actually the recipe that you will find in the flyer to the oven, okay? It's the recipe Jack and I use at our restaurant, and we gave it to Camp Chef, and it's on this flyer. So, but we'll put it on the website, right, Tom?
absolutely.
We'll have it there for you. Okay, so we're gonna go a cup of water, and it's just like a oversized tablespoon. So a tablespoon and a teaspoon of yeast, and the same amount of salt as the yeast. Don't forget the salt. It's really yucky if you do. Okay, that's it. Now I'm gonna add my flour. So when you make artisan pizza, you want it to have a high protein content. So I have mixed all-purpose flour with some bread flour because bread flour has the higher protein. If you can find double O flour in your area, that is the best flour to use. We do have double O flour here, but I wanted to show you this because I don't know if in your neck of the woods you can get double O flour. So I kind of went, it's about half and half AP and cake flour. And I don't want my dough too dense. I want it kind of wet, okay? So I'm not pouring all the flour, and I'm just pouring, can you see that? I'm pouring part of the flour. This is when, I know, you have to get your hands dirty on. It's hard with gloves, but all right. Let's move in there. Okay, this is the part where I gotta get my hands in here.
So what's again the texture you're looking for in there?
The texture of the dough, you want it to hold together, and you want all this flour to be moistened, okay? So just mix it with your hand until it's all incorporated in. And I recommend after you make this, we'll let it raise, and I really recommend putting it in the fridge and making your dough balls the next day if possible. It just makes it so much easier to handle that way, you know, when it's chilled. Okay, so we're mixing it in here. We're getting there. This dough, once it's mixed, will stay good in your fridge for 3 days. And if you do want to add some new dough to it, the mixture's about a third. So a third of old dough to new dough is okay. Because you want it to, you want it to raise. So. And if you want to double this recipe, I sometimes like to double it because I make a bunch of dough balls and freeze them. And then you just take them out of your freezer. And did you see the cookie sheet here? Our dough balls are getting pretty big. So I've taken it, and this recipe will make 6 dough balls.
So those dough balls used to be this right here. Is it the same amount? They've just risen quite a bit?
Yes. Yeah, they're getting a little too big, but with pizza, pizza's so easy. The dough for pizza is awesome. It's not as bad as bread. Okay, so there's my dough. It's still, see how it's still kind of sticking to my hands? Okay. And don't worry, when you're making this kind of dough, don't worry about getting the gluten mixed, or with bread, how you have to get the window pane and all the gluten. All you gotta do, just get it to where your flour is moist. And then, when you do it in a bucket, you can do it in a bowl and put a lid on it or a wet towel. When you do it in a bucket, make sure the lid is not a really tight lid, because it's gonna build up gas in there. You don't want your lid to.
It looked like the ingredients were really simple. Again, what do you have in here?
Okay, so we just had water and flour. We mixed our flour, half AP, half bread, and then salt, and yeast. And that's it. So just like that, we're gonna let that raise till it's half, and then we're gonna pop it in the fridge, okay? So leave that over there and let it raise. This part I hate. You get flour, or you get nothing all over your hands. So the best way to get rid of bread dough. Woo! Hold it in my face. Put the flour on your hands. Wow.
Where'd our actor go?
Sorry. Okay.
Oh.
Then I'm just gonna rub it off. Comes right off.
It's an
That's
easy
awesome.
clean.
Yeah.
I wish I would have known that when I was making
Yeah, 'cause once you
the
get it
Irish
wet-
soda bread.
Once you get it wet in the sink,
Sounds way
game
too sticky.
over.
Yeah.
And it's running out. So anyway, yeah. Rub it all off. Get some more flour if you need.
That's an awesome kitchen hack.
Julie's tip of the day.
Flour to clean your hands.
with flour.
So when your mom asks you to wash your hands next time,
Go
go get some flour.
Just go get some flour, yeah. It doesn't clean dirt. Okay, and I also should just suggest, if you're doing anything with bread, to get one of these. Right here. Get one of these.
What is that?
This is a dough scraper. Okay, I use this for everything. And it's really handy when you get the dough all over the table. Look at that. So you just scrape it off. Okay? We want flour on this one. Hey, are we ready to make a pizza or what?
Oh yeah.
Do this one right away. Okay, so I have prepared 2 different pizzas to show you guys today for dessert pizza. We are going to do an apple. We called this the Bella Bella at our restaurant. It was a very, very popular pizza, okay? We got Bella Bella, and the other one we called the Wicked, because it's just wicked. And it's going to be some chocolate, some nuts, some coconut, some caramel, and then I do the special topping on them. So this is just a brown sugar with some butter and flour. It's like a crumb topping. So you can just put that up anywhere. And then this is not mascarpone, because those of you that work with mascarpone know that it's not very good alone. So we take our mascarpone and we add some almond paste or marzipan to it and sweeten it up with that. It is so good on these. You could do cream cheese if you wanted to. Cream cheese mix. But I just love this mascarpone. It's so good. All right.
Tom, how many shares are we at?
We're at 189, so we almost have another hat to give away. And while we're doing all this, hey everyone, let us know where you're joining in from. It's always fun to see where folks are joining in, where the Camp Chef family has spread to. Everyone's really from all over the place. It's always fun to see where everyone's joining in from. So while this is all going on and you're commenting, you're liking, you're entering for a hat, sharing with your friends, let us know where you're joining in from. It's always fun to see where the Camp Chef family is.
We love the Camp Chef family. We know you care when you share, so share. I would throw this in the air, but I don't know that wind. Okay, so
Wow,
Ria's
that's
shooting
impressive.
about a 12-inch pizza, okay? You might get 14 out of that, I don't know. Depends on how thin you want it, but do you see how thin I've got it? Look at that. You can see through that, okay? That's what you want for artisan pizza. Now, another thing that's important about artisan pizza is you have to hand toss it. You cannot use a rolling pin. What should we make first? Should we make the apple one?
How come you gotta hand toss it?
Because if you roll it, you're going to roll all those gases out and you won't get those pretty bubbles that you want that raise in artisan pizza. So you've got to hand toss. It's going to be good. Okay, so what I'm doing here, you could do a canned apple mix if you want to. What I did is I just cut up Granny Smith apples. This is like one apple right here. This is only one. And I just fried them in some butter with some cinnamon. Really, really easy. So easy to do and so delicious. Okay, oh, what is this? We're getting trees in our pizza now. Little apple pine pizza here. Okay, we might as well put all these apples on there, huh?
Amanda, I didn't see you roll that pizza, but that pizza dough looked really nice and round.
Well, you know, that comes from doing it for so long. I've made a lot of pizza. Okay. Oh, I got one more. Where should we put it? Right there. Right. Okay, that's all you do for the apple one, and then my little spoon here. You just do spoonfuls of this, okay? So I'm just gonna put it every now and then, wherever. I've got caramel. I don't usually put caramel on it, but you could. Should we try caramel on it?
Oh yeah.
I think this recipe's in the pamphlet as well, you guys. I think it is. No, maybe it's the Wicked. Either this or the Wicked is in the pamphlet that comes with the pizza ovens. So, I can't remember. Okay, does that look good? Does that look good, Chet?
Oh yeah.
All right.
You got that pretty evenly spaced down here.
Yeah, I know. It's my obsession. Okay. Put our little brown sugar crumb topping on there. Give it, oh, it's gonna be so good, huh?
How long is this gonna take to
Hey.
cook?
Well, let's see what our oven's at. Depends on what our oven's at.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. All right, we got our trusty temperature. What is this? Fair temperature?
Infrared thermometer.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, perfect. Well, we're at about 500. So it might take 5 minutes or so. Okay. You would think that we could get a handle. We're Camp Chef.
It was the last minute find right before the movie.
All right, we're gonna fix that handle. We have the parts. We can't do it. Okay.
You want me to take this off?
It's a little hot, so I was gonna get my. Is that on? Okay, so I'm just see that I did you notice I made that on a pizza peel? So I made this on a wood peel, so I can just slide it in. Okay, I'm gonna slide it right in there.
You want this cover back on?
Sure. Yeah, normally I don't need the cover, but it's kind of a little windy here, and I don't want the wind blowing in there. We're gonna cover it so it doesn't get windy. You folks that have the pizza ovens that fit on your stoves, they don't have a door, and the reason they don't have a door is because there's so much more power in those stoves. I think they tested it and it got up to like 1200 degrees or something. So, because I've had people call and want a door for that one, but that's why there's no door. So.
What else can you cook on this pizza oven?
Oh my goodness! So you can cook. We cook biscuits in there. It's awesome. Jack's cooked steak, so you can put a skillet in there, and you can cook anything you want in a skillet in there. We've done salmon on a plate. Stromboli.
I've done Stromboli.
Yeah, any kind of breads are awesome. Any kind of artisan breads are just
Breadsticks.
Yeah.
Literally bread wrapped on a stick in here. It was awesome.
Yeah. The biscuits were really good in there. So you could probably cook the cheesecake in here, but you'd have to train now.
I first started working at Camp Chef. I think one of the best steaks I had was made on this.
Yeah.
I was amazed at
Yeah,
how
they're
good it
very
was.
tender. Okay, so we're gonna let the rule of thumb with a wood-fired oven, okay? Because this is patterned after a real wood-fired oven, even though it's gas. It's got a dome, so all your heat is coming up around the sides and down. So that stone's getting hot. So as soon as we see that pizza set up, see how it's set up like that? Okay, we want to go in and check the bottom of that. Okay, see the bottom? So we're gonna pick that and we're just gonna rotate that around. We don't burn the bottom, okay? These pizzas cook fast, so you don't want to leave your pizza in there and then get doing another pizza. Usually when you cook on these, you have help. So you have somebody making pizzas and one person cooking because you want to watch it. Because they will burn, they cook fast. Okay, so we're just going to keep kind of rotating that, checking our bottom. Do you want to see the bottom? Did you see it?
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Oh yeah.
So it's getting there. So this is where Jack talks about burning with style, because this kind of pizza, you want char. You don't want it to be just brown, okay? You want a char on it.
Char is part of the flavor with
Yes.
artisan style pizza, right?
Oh yeah. Hey, Tom, can I leave you to cook that while I make the next stop?
I guess.
Okay, when you see the bottom starting to get really kind of blackish, then I should be talking to you too. When the bottom gets kind of more black, he's going to lift it up on his peel. He's going to lift it up to the top and then hold it up to the top. I even turn this up a little bit if you can.
Because at that point in time, I'm
And-
basically using it to broil the top, right?
You are, yeah. Yeah, so we lift it up to the top, and then all that heat is coming down, and it's going to brown our toppings, and we want those bubbles and that char on the top. So, I mean, that's
Yeah,
what you
we
do
do.
in a real wood-fired oven. So,
Awesome. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it.
I'm going to set this down here. All right, we're going to make the other one, because by the time that's done, we have our other one ready. All right. Did you miss me past the dough last time?
Yeah, let's take a look at this.
Okay. Let's see how I get it nice and round.
And did I mention that we hit 200 shares?
Yay! way to
Two
go,
hats.
guys.
Woohoo! Keep sharing,
Okay.
guys.
So I just pat it. The biggest thing to keep me round is keeping this, and when you get it out round. So that's why this. If you pull this and it pulls it, you won't get it round. So you have to cut it apart, okay? So I just press that out.
So the secret is to always keep it round from the very beginning, right?
Yes, and then you just gotta uniformly shape it, you know. Okay, when I get it flattened like that, then I will start hand tossing it. And I don't hand over hand. I never do that. I just want to slowly see how this dough, because of your cake flour and your mix, it'll just stretch on its own. It'll stretch really easy. And if you use double O flour, it's even easier. Like you pick it up and it's like, wah! Okay, then I work on the middle a little bit. And if you can't toss it, it's okay. Just work on the middle like this.
Julie, what's the difference between double aught flour and your normal everyday flour?
It's a special blend they do for artisan pizza. It's got they put just the right amount of protein in it, and it's organic too. For some reason they claim that it being organic. So I did use organic AP flour in this. And they say that this is interesting though. They say that from Logan comes the best wheat for making double O flour. So our mill down here makes it, and they ship it out all over actually to pizza places. So it's kind of interesting, little local thing. Okay, so that pizza's right where I want it, okay? So I'm going to make sure I put a little bit of flour on my peel because I want that to slide off into the oven. I don't want it sticking on my peel, okay? And I know people use semolina. I don't prefer semolina because I think it gets kind of burnt tasting. I like flour, but if you like semolina, go for it. Okay, we're gonna make the wicket this time. So this is my caramel sauce. Where are we at, Tom? You want to look at the pizza?
Yep, I'm just looking
Okay.
for the char on the bottom, right?
Yes. Let's check and see. Oh, it's looking good. I think we can do a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna raise it up. Looking good though. Okay. So this pizza is gonna have some caramel.
What do you call this again?
This is we called it the Wicked. So if you're ever up to Logan and you go to Jack's Wood Fired Oven, order a Wicked. Okay, some toasted nuts. If you don't like nuts, just leave the nuts off. Make it how you want it. Some
Now-
dark chocolate chips.
One of the things I noticed with what you're doing, Julie, and I think I've heard Jack say this a few times. Traditionally, if I'm making pizza, I'm thinking, put as much chocolate, as much on there as I want. But I've heard Jack say, you know, more is less.
Right.
And
I'm
is
glad
that
you
right?
brought that up. Yes. Yes. Well, your crust is so thin anyway, and you're cooking it so fast. You know, just go simple. Simple. They claim on artisan pizzas 3 ingredients, and that includes the cheese. So
Really?
we usually go a little bit more. I mean, if you're skimpy on whatever, then you can put more on. But yeah. So okay. Do we want coconut? I like coconut.
This is a 2-person job here. Can't let the pizza sit too long.
It really is.
Kind of see that brown coming up over the edge there.
Ooh, I think we're ready, Tom. Let's
You
hire
ready
it up.
for me to-
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, my timer's going off. I'm gonna check my cheesecake.
So you're lifting that up to the ceiling to get that heat at
Are
the
we on
top
full
on the
blast?
pizza. Is that right?
We are.
Okay.
So the beauty of the pizza oven is the top of this is double walled lining. So all that heat that comes up the sides of, you see these gaps on the pizza stone, all that heat rolls up the top, and because of how the top is set up, it just forces that heat back down, and and we're basically broiling the top. And that's what we're going for, because we want to crisp some of this up, give it that nice golden brown look, and we're getting there. We're almost there. Hold that up there for just a little bit longer, and then I think about the time that Julie's done with that one, this guy will be ready.
Yeah, I'm just putting the mascarpone mix, mascarpone almond paste, and the brown sugar on top. Okay, those of you who are just joining us, I am making a Wicked dessert pizza.
And for those of you also joining us, for every 100 shares, we are going to give away a Camp Chef hat. So make sure you keep sharing with your friends, like and comment to enter. I'm trying to do 2 things at once here, and also noticing that you guys can't see it right now, but we have a pretty awesome storm system right to the north.
Well, I guess I got to show it now.
Hopefully it,
Getting
You
hopefully
can't
it
really
waits.
see it.
But
yeah, well, we're okay in here, but your computer's sitting out there.
yeah. All right, Mama Julie,
Okay.
how's that? A little bit
that's-
longer?
I would go longer, but
All
maybe
right.
for the sake of getting the other one in. I think
Hold
the
it up
wind's
there.
cooling off our oven a little bit.
I think the wind is.
A little windy here.
All right.
But it feels so good. It's so nice.
Yeah, it does. All right, it's right here.
So you always want to make sure you have something to put the pizza out on. Okay, so I wanted to show you this trick. When it's on your pizza dough, like stretch it a little bit like this, and make sure it's moving before you put it in. Okay, so that you make sure, because otherwise I've seen people do that and all the toppings come off in the oven. So make sure that your pizza's moving, and that's moving just great, and that way I know it's going to come right off my peel and into my oven. Okay. All right. Thank you, Tom. Let's put this on for a minute and check our cheesecake. All right, so my clock beeped. So it's been in here for 25 minutes. I'm gonna jiggle it so you can see where it's at. Okay, not quite there. See how it's getting set up a little bit, but I'm just gonna turn it a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna close the star back down. And
How much longer are you going to give it?
normally they take about 15 minutes. So we did it for 25. I'm going to set this for 15 more. And I never dare set it for 15 minutes just because I don't trust it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe my grill's hotter, maybe my pellets are burning hotter. So that's why I like to
you can always cook a little more. It's hard to uncook something that's cooked.
Yeah. So we're gonna set that for 15 minutes, and we're gonna. It probably won't be done by the time we're done with this video, but just so you know, when it's done, it is gonna jiggle just a little bit. Okay, mostly in the center. Then just take it out. You might think, oh, it's not done yet, but you know what? Once you put that in the fridge, it's gonna set up. So, and it will be creamy. It will be awesome. Okay, we're gonna try this one.
I think we should. I'll let you do the honors.
Okay. And these are my favorite. If you don't have one of these are the best for pizza. All right, let's see. How small should I cut them? Think that big?
Yeah. That looks good.
Better try it. The Melabella, you know what it means? It's beautiful apple in Italian. Yeah, cool, huh? I think they still serve this one at Jack's, if I'm not mistaken.
So this only took us, we had the dough up. It cooks for about 10 minutes, and you're there. That's pretty quick on this.
Yeah. Okay. You gonna try this, Tom? I just want a little. Let's see how
Yes.
Tom did. Let's see how Tom did.
How'd I do? Now I don't like. Yet another thing that Tom doesn't like normally: cooked apples.
Really?
So Jack and Julie here.
I don't like cooked bananas.
I think I like everything.
You better try one. But I
Oh,
do
yeah.
like cooked apples.
Yoink.
What do you think? You like it? He likes it.
That's awesome.
He doesn't like cooked apples.
And for those of you who didn't see, this char,
Perfect, Tom.
Jack's burning with style. That's what you're going
Perfect.
for.
And you've got it done. It's crunchy outside and it's chewy on the inside, how it should be. I do not like my pizza doughy, so this is perfect for me. It should never be doughy with a thin crust. Okay, we better check our pizza. We might be enjoying that one too much. Where'd my little hot pot go? Alright, let's see where we're at. Ooh, look at that. Let's clean that one again. Boiling away. Looking good. Okay, we had some questions about cleaning these too. Maybe we should talk about that. So if you look at this stone, if you noticed on the side that it's got some darkening, that's good. Okay, that's just fine. I can't remember where I saw it, but if this stone, the darker it gets, the more, what do you call it? Seasoned.
So you're just seasoning your stone.
Yeah, you're seasoning your stone. It's just like cast iron. So you get that dark on there, and then nothing will stick. So that's good. You want that. I will show you how to clean this, though. If you stick around, when we're done, I'll show you how I like to clean it, okay? Of course, you get a wire brush. I don't think we're going to need a wire brush, because sometimes when you're cooking like a whole lot of pizzas, you know, you get a lot of droppings in there, and then you need a wire brush to wipe that out. But today, I'm just going to show you how I clean it with a rag. Let's see, I'm going to set this down. Okay, I think we're ready for the top. What do you think, Dad? Oh, yeah,
that's-
that looks, look at that. Is that
Yeah,
looking good?
yeah, that does.
Okay,
You can tell
right up to
the
top.
pizza's also getting stiff too, right?
Right, yeah.
Oh man, you're putting that right at the top, very,
right
very
to the top. Yep. I was gonna say, now if you have a 2-burner stove and you get the pizza oven to go on that, you can fit 2 of these in that one. If you have a 3-burner stove, you can buy a pizza oven that fits 2 burners, and you can almost fit 2 12-inch pizzas, but it's really tight, but you can still fit them. So, and you can also buy a pizza oven to fit 1 burner of your stove too, as well. All right, turn it. And sometimes these on the sides they get really hot, so you put it over to one side or the other, and you get a lot of heat. That is bubbling away just like you want it to. I always like when I do a pepperoni pizza, I like this because I like my pepperonis to be crunchy, you know, I like them to be cooked. What do you think?
Oh man.
Does it look good?
Yeah, it does. I can't believe how fast this is too. Just I mean, you got your piece of dough, you just throw it in here, and it's.
Oh, this makes a great pizza party at home, you know.
You'd be outside enjoying nature while you're eating your pizza.
Okay, there's a little chart. We like that. All right, I think we're good. Okay, this one is so hard because when you cut it, it stays hot for so long because the chocolate.
You can see that still boiling there.
Yep. What do you think? Let's see some likes for the Wicked Pizza.
What do we have for likes? Shares, I mean.
Come on, guys.
We're at 297 shares.
297. That's 3
Oh,
hats.
guys. Way to go. Okay, I'm gonna cut this and try it, and then I want to show you how to clean this. I'm gonna turn this oven off right now. Okay. Well, we didn't get rained on.
Not yet.
Okay. Well, we better cut it off. I know that everybody will want to try this. Okay. Who wants to try it first? I guess
Tom?
I will.
There's
Tom,
chocolate
I
involved.
like chocolate. Oh, look, here's a little of this for me. This one always burns my mouth every time. I'm scared to eat it. I had to deliver in the restaurant too when I'd serve this. Like, be really careful. Don't just bite into it. You gotta let it cool off.
My daughter would be all over this because she loves chocolate. So.
I mean,
You have to wait for it to cool down.
Oh yeah.
that's a
Yeah,
pretty
you
hot
can
oven
roll
over
it
there.
For me.
Yeah.
How hot is that oven that you're?
Oh, no,
When we take
it's-
these ovens and we're cooking these pizzas, how hot do you get in that oven?
I like it at 500. We're at 470, 470-ish. A real wood-fired oven, you cook at the perfect temperature at 712.
So just about the hottest you can get this thing is really the better, right?
Yep. What do you think?
I want all of it.
We got a good crunch there, don't we?
Oh yeah.
I think Julie could take you.
Probably.
So,
All right. So Julie, how the heck do we clean this thing?
okay, so the best way is take a rag, one you don't necessarily care that much about. This was wet, but it's not very wet anymore, so this is just water. I'm just getting it wet, so I don't have a sink or anything. Okay, I'm just gonna get this wet. Don't want it overly wet.
And you're doing this
Okay.
while the stone is still hot,
I'm doing it
right?
while the stone is hot. So I'm just gonna kind of wipe. Wipe. See how that in here just kind of sizzling? Just wipe over that just like that, okay? We probably could use a wire brush. A couple things back there that fell out on it. So I'm just scraping up some of the toppings that we maybe dropped.
So pretty easy, just
Pretty easy.
washcloth on your pizza spatula.
Yep, and a wire brush. You need to scrub stuff off. But yep, that's it. It's pretty hot, so that's how we do it. That's how we do it on the real wood fired oven as well. You know, you mop up the ashes. So.
All right, guys.
Ooh, that's hot.
So Julie's finishing up that. We've got some cheesecake to devour, get some photos of. I just checked, we're at 300 shares. So 3 people are going to get Camp Chef hat. You have until midnight tonight to continue sharing, to like and comment, to enter. You guys have a chance to win one of these. But also, as always, we're going to be posting the recipes tomorrow. Some of the pizza ones you can actually already find on campchef.com. So go to campchef.com, up at the top, click on recipes. You'll find them there. Just do a quick search for pizza. You'll be able to find those there. We'll set them up so you can find them right up at the top as soon as you go there. Give us some time to do that. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for joining us today. And we will see you all next week, right after the July 4th holiday. So in the meantime, stay stay safe, have fun. Make sure you use hashtag Camp Chef and hashtag Feed Your Outside this weekend and July 4th. We'd love to see how you guys are cooking with Camp Chef equipment.
Yeah, happy 4th of July, everybody.
See you guys.
See ya.